They cling to ancient misconceptions. We've got truth in our possession. No room for doubt, no time to waste. It's time to put flat earth in its place. Here comes the smackdown.
Welcome everybody to Tuesday Night. I'm your host, MCToon. I hope you're ready for the Smackdown. The Smackdown tonight comes in the form of a quiz, a test your knowledge about the solar system. And with me, I've got Eric Burns, who is an astronomy teacher, right over here.
Hello.
I'll let him introduce. Where do you work and what do you do, and tell everybody about it.
Hello, everyone. I am an astronomy high school teacher. This is my second year as a teacher, and tonight I'll be giving you guys the Kahoot review that I do with my students for the Unit 2 that I do, which is the solar system stuff. So this will be a 35-question Kahoot review that my students do, and even though I do this with them the day before the test, somehow they still fail the test sometimes, so...
Speaking of failing tests, you know what we should do? We should phone a flurf.
I agree.
What time is it? It's time to phone a flip.
That's right. It is. It's our favorite time. It's time to call a flurf, and one of our favorite is Mikey Smith. That's who I'm calling right now. So maybe he'll want to join the test, the quiz.
Who's this?
Mikey Smith. What is up?
What's up, my nigga?
No, don't talk like that on stream, Mikey. Bad.
Oh, okay.
Bad.
Well, black people rule, man. They're awesome.
Oh yeah. Don't. Anyway, I got Eric Burns with me. Do you know who Eric Burns is?
Hello.
Not a clue.
Did you hear him talk? Do I have the audio routed?
Can you hear me, Mikey?
No, I don't hear him.
Okay. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Well, so he is an astronomy teacher.
Yeah, good for that.
And what we're doing tonight, Mikey, I was so excited. I thought you would definitely want to join. He is going through a kind of a review thing, and it turns out to be like a kind of a quiz. You get points and stuff. So you get 1,000. You get 1,000 points per correct question, and I think it's like if you get it in a certain amount of time, right? Does it change, Eric?
Yeah, so the faster you get, the more points you get up.
So are these are these truthful answers or bullshit answers?
Yeah, they're totally correct. So this is kind of like when you do trivia at the restaurant at Buffalo Wild Wings, for example.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I've never been there. But...
It's like that, and so
pretty good reference. And
so you can get points. So there's 35 questions, 1,000 points each possible. So Mikey, here's my offer to you. If you can play, it costs nothing to play. If you get at least 20,000 points, I'll send you $100.
Yeah, okay, good for that. Yeah.
Well, it costs you nothing to play.
Yeah, okay.
you got to get 67%.
Who said I wanted to play?
Well, it's just an offer. I figured you'd want to. I think you'd jump at that. Did I mention
none of your answers are going to be truthful? So,
but of course they're correct.
They're very truthful.
But here's the thing, Mikey. This is a cool thing. This is American dollars, so that's like you could live like a king for 10 years with 100 US dollars in Canadian.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, I just want to make sure you know you're invited. Number one. Number two, Mikey. some people have been watching because, you know, without you, nobody would have anything to watch. And there were some concerns about your 7-watt laser.
Yeah, what about it?
And
Yeah.
people want to make sure that you are safe and that you're taking the appropriate precautions. So I said,
oh my
well, what
God. So I just bought this laser yesterday or something? What the hell? I've had it for years.
well, this person had just seen your video. Anyway, so this is, and I suggested, well, what kind of safety gear should Mikey wear? How about, this is my suggestion.
Yeah, okay.
My suggestion was oven mitts, a welder's mask, and nothing but assless chaps. Just that.
And a pink tutu.
No, it's the assless chaps. And this person's like, I don't want to think about Mikey wearing assless chaps. I'm like, nobody wants to think about Mikey wearing that. So anyway,
I've seen this big toe.
It was, yeah, you know, you could cauterize the big toe. No. Okay. So they're like, no, the actual correct thing would be to have the correct protective eyewear that's specifically for that frequency of light. So that's the please be safe, Mikey. We care about you and want you to not hurt yourself. Also, when you're with near other people, you need to be super careful. So be careful.
What, am I 4 years old or something, or what's the deal?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
and then finally, it in the United States, it's a big deal. I gotta imagine it's pretty similar in Canada, that when there's airplanes flying around and there's lasers involved, the FAA in the United States, they'll come and put the cuffs on you. I don't know about in Canada, but it's a possibility. So
that's why I watch my airplane app to find out where the airplanes are. Thank you very much.
Well, it's on you. I don't know if that's good enough, but I just want to make sure.
Like I said, I didn't just buy the laser yesterday. I'm not stupid.
Well, I know you didn't buy it yesterday. I agree with that one. The end.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, do you want? I can get you guaranteed in because there's only 50 spots. I can get you in. I can give you the code right now to join. So you can
No, I'm good.
All the questions and answers will go to his phone.
Yeah, because I don't like to. I don't know what your guys' point is. I don't know what the point is.
You don't even need to watch the stream. You can just play it on your own phone. Super awesome, Mikey. Imagine that. You don't even need to watch. So, okay. Well, that's all. I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. So you don't want like a lawsuit update or what?
Oh,
you already know.
I almost forgot.
Ooh, lawsuit update.
Oh, yes, please. Lawsuit update.
Yeah, well, it's the papers have been served to the Canadian Space Agency via the government.
So, how is this different from before? What's changed?
Well, they weren't served to the Canadian Space Agency. I have a federal court stamp on my papers from them.
Ah, that's cool.
So now the Canadian.
Yeah, so they've actually been served the actual lawsuit.
So, okay, so because somebody had sent you back saying, hey, fill it out like this. And so you filled it out using that kind of template. And then they're like, okay, we'll do it. Something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you post pictures of it or anything?
Yeah, it was on my last live stream.
Oh, okay. You got to do like pictures and stuff. Like, will this be in like the Mikey Smith museum or something? Like,
I don't know.
Like that'd be great. That'd be so good. All right. All right. All right. Well, we can talk at some future time, to maybe get like thoughts and maybe give you our ideas for how to structure your presentation when it is time in court.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. In the meantime, be sure to get those order up. Jump on Amazon. Order the oven mitts, the welding mask, and the assless chaps.
Yes, I will do that right away.
Awesome. Thanks, Mikey. Love you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
That was Phone to Flurf.
What time is it? It's time to phone a friend.
There you go. That's the update from Mikey Smith. Evil Producer 1 for $5 says, with all those Canuck bucks, Mikey could buy enough honey crullers to finish off his toe. Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Actually, I have a student that's from Canada, and I've talked to him about like the weird foods of Canada.
Yeah, they don't have SpaghettiOs. They have Alphagetti.
He was saying that their Smarties are different or something like that. Like I don't understand what that meant, but he was saying that today.
Oh, yeah, Smarties here are different from in England. I know that.
And then of course he loves his ketchup chips.
Oh, I got some in the drawer right here. Right there, I got some ketchup chips. Not
His
coming
dad
out
is
tonight.
from Quebec, so of course he loves poutine.
No. Okay. All right. That's enough with the ketchup chips. My stomach will just. Ugh. So, this is about we're gonna do the what do you call it? It's Kahoot. So there's only 50 people that can join. I've already joined for this, so it's 49. That's not actually 49. That's 4. So you're gonna if you know Kahoot, go to kahoot.it. If you're gonna do it on your web browser, or you could do it on your phone. And there it is. There it is. First 50 people.
You can join with your phone, or you can join with your computer.
I am in with my computer, so this will give you a little bit of a time to join in.
Usually there's lobby music or whatever, but I've muted it just in case somehow it's copyrighted music. I doubt it is, but just in case.
Yeah, that's smart.
There'll be 35 questions. I have it all randomized, so it'll be random order of the questions, random order of the answer choices.
So to help everybody, get your tab out, open it up. It'll make you score better.
And this will be very fun for me explaining all of this because I'm 4 beers deep at the moment because I've been watching the NHL opening night tonight as well.
I did not know what that meant. He had to explain it to me earlier. Apparently, you have to drink beer while watching hockey. I did not know.
While watching any sport. Well, why would you watch sports if you don't drink beer?
I've watched an awful lot of Ultimate Frisbee, and
Sport, any of the major 5 sports, we'll say.
Ultimate Frisbee, football, rugby, breakdancing.
Oh yeah, breakdancing with what's her name from Australia?
Ray gun, and extreme rollerboarding.
So for those of you that are joining into the game, I would recommend just play on whatever browser you're on. Like it'll send the questions and stuff to you because I'm assuming there will be a delay from YouTube. So
yeah, I have the delay set to as low as it'll go, but there's still a delay. So yeah, how many got? We got a bunch coming in.
Eric Mazeko, very correct. Not beer and golf though.
Hockey is a disc-based sport. It is.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Well, it's a thick disc.
Very thick and chilled to make it to where it doesn't bounce as much.
There's discus. The throwing of the discus.
And if it sounds like I have a cold, that's because I do, because there's always colds going around schools.
Yes. Can you apply physics and demonstrate air falls down faster than a balloon filled with helium rises? Yes, of course that's possible, Dick Wayne.
Yeah, Dick Wayne, that's very possible. Hey, Dick Wayne, you should join.
Yeah.
I want to see what your score would be on this.
Dick Wayne, same offer to you as to Mikey. If you can break,
there's still over half the spots left, Dick Wayne.
If you can break 20,000 Out of a possible 35,000, I will personally get $100 to you.
My students actually have a test in this stuff tomorrow, and I was doing the Kahoot review with them today. And in one class, I have two students that are like really into astronomy, and like they were like neck and neck for their score, like the entire game, like less than 100-point difference, like for the first half of the game.
All right, pretty good. We got Bantos Sinachi, Darth Jar Jar. Oh my gosh, Bob Sponge, Steve-O, Peter Markley. I see Flat, Tony, Max,
I
Bobbin.
always make my students join with like their actual names so I know who's who, because I've had students try to make like random usernames and it's like, no, that is not allowed in school.
So if any students are watching this, if you join his thing, get a video of it happening as Bantos Sinachi or Santos Bonacci.
If there are any students watching this, then please do record this and show it to me tomorrow in school, because that would be very funny.
There you go. All right. Anyway, $50. MCToon at mctoon.net. Wait, hold on, kids. They don't know how to email. I'm not on.
That's very true.
Jeez. I'm not on Snapchat. Well, I guess I am on Snapchat.
If for those of you that are around my age, if you want to feel old, my students yesterday told me that they have never heard of the Harlem Shake before.
And they're better for it. Okay, are we at 50?
25 right now.
25.
Like.
Okay. Can they join later?
Yeah, they can still join later.
Okay.
So we can start now, and then
but they
join.
won't. But they won't have a chance at the full 35,000.
They won't have a chance at the full points.
All right, people. This is it. All right, let's go. So the first question coming up. Do you just
start? So if you're not in yet, you can still join with the code.
So you'll see it on your computer. Quiz.
Which planet is thought to have formed first in our solar system?
All right, I said.
So you have 1 minute to answer.
I said Rigel 7. What do you think?
I'm going to say incorrect on that one.
All right. This is the mug that Jay Donachie sent. This is what the last time he sent mugs. He sent me more. I'm going to be opening them.
Very good. Lots of people got that one right.
Jupiter
is the correct answer.
All right. Who's ahead?
Let's see. I've never done it with this stuff showing up ahead, so you are currently in first right now.
Yes!
Tied with Iggy.
Nailed it.
All right, next question. What causes the northern and southern lights here on Earth?
All right. It was Spock's irrational emotions is the answer. So this is so if you want to join people, tell them how they can join.
So if you want to join, go to kahoot.it, and the game pin is down here on the very bottom, 345123. And you can join that way. And then I would recommend just whatever, if you're using your phone or your computer screen, just use that instead of watching the stream, because the stream will have a tiny bit of delay no matter how much of a small delay it says it has.
Look at that. Now, no longer tied.
What is the shape of the jet stream at Saturn's North Pole?
Icy Spin says, my handicap is 100. I assume it will update at the end. 100?
I do like that out of the random choices, it did put circle at circle and square at square.
Well, that's nice. And the hexagon is a half a hexagon.
Very true. And the octagon's a half an octagon.
I have no business being first, by the way.
The answer is hexagon on this one. So it is a hexagon-shaped storm, which astronomers have been able to recreate a hexagon-shaped storm in a lab setting, but unable to keep it sustained as long as the storm on Saturn has been sustained, because that storm has been going on since it has been discovered about like 60 years ago.
Wow.
Pretty much Saturn's version of the jet stream. Which element in Mars's atmosphere caused it to get its red color?
Oh, crikey.
This one tripped up a lot of students on the homework assignment that I had for this.
I thought iron.
Well, it's element in the atmosphere for this question.
Yep, there's not a lot of iron in the atmosphere, is there?
Yeah, no. I see Spin yelling rigged in the chat.
The game code, Jay Gill is wondering, what is the game code?
Game code is 345123.
So yeah, go to kahoot.it.
And the game code 345123. Answer is oxygen on this one, because the red color on Mars is from rust, and rust is iron oxide. Wesley, the number of questions, it is a total of 35 questions in this Kahoot. Ooh, big change on that one.
All right. Dark Star's coming for me.
What comet crashed into Jupiter in 1994? And there is a picture of said comet.
Yeah. No idea. I had to guess.
Hopefully one of these you can rule out.
Well, Hale-Bopp I ruled out.
Shoemaker-Levy 9 is the one that crashed into Jupiter. I was hoping you could rule out Chicxulub, because that's the one that killed the dinosaurs.
That's actually what I said.
Oh.
I didn't know. I just knew it was not Hale-Bopp. That's all I knew.
Hale-Bopp I know was the 90s, and then Chelyabinsk was back in 2011, I think, that crashed into Russia. Chelyabinsk is the name of the town that it crashed into.
Okay.
There's actually like videos of that one, from cars and stuff like that. Just
look at that.
Were
It
in
fell
the
to
area.
third.
Of course, Tony in the lead. The high pressures in the interiors of Jupiter and Saturn cause what to form? This one makes the students very mad because it makes them actually read carefully before they choose their answer choice.
I guessed. Which Tony? Is that PhD Tony?
I assume PhD Tony.
Yeah. And Caitlin must not be watching, otherwise she'd be in the lead.
See how many people get this one.
Then explain.
Liquid metallic hydrogen.
All right, explain that.
All right, so the internal pressures for Jupiter are so strong that that rather than being in a gas form, it's so pressurized that it turns into a liquid, and it becomes a metallic state as well. So it's liquid metallic hydrogen in the interior. And hydrogen makes up the majority of Jupiter, so it's liquid metallic hydrogen. Like, do we know for sure this is what the interior looks like? No, because we can't really send a lander in there, but we can use mathematical models to calculate what the interior would look like.
Yeah, so that's the hypothesis, and then they've done different...
We know the density of it and all that stuff.
Yeah, as possible, they've done different experiments to test.
Yeah. Like the furthest, I'm not sure exactly how far deep we've been able to peer into the cloud layers, but that's however far Juno has been able to peer, since that is the current mission orbiting Jupiter right now. And I think that just gave away one of the questions.
So no question, if that metallic hydrogen was female, it'd be Metallica.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's a question for the chemists.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Tony Falls. Steve-O's at the top.
Ooh. Mercury's orbital motion is predicted by
that's
what
easy.
scientific theory? I hope you guys know this one.
People, you better know.
This one's been talked about on this channel quite a bit.
Yes. I've got the book. I give people the book when I meet them in person sometimes. Come on.
Dick Wayne, are you playing?
Who?
Dick Wayne.
No, he's not.
He's in chat talking to Max right now. General relativity is the answer on this one. So the wobble in Mercury's axis going crazy is not predicted by Newtonian mechanics, but is predicted by general relativity.
You say going crazy as if it's a lot.
It's not a lot.
It's
like arc
tiny.
seconds per century sort of thing.
And this, of course, is Witspit's speciality. He knows it so good.
The drawing makes it look like it's going crazy.
Yes, it does.
Yep, back up a second.
Oh, look at that.
What did William Herschel originally think he found when he discovered the planet Uranus? And there's what Uranus looks like in a telescope.
How have you seen that? How has anybody seen it through a telescope?
There's a reason why I pronounce it Uranus with my students.
You should use the Roman pronunciation.
Uranus.
No. It's not pronunciation. It's a different name. Caelus.
Uranus is the Greek pronunciation. Roman name would be Caelus.
Yeah.
Why isn't it pixelated? Because this is probably a very high quality telescope image of it.
No, because pixelated because it's somebody's Uranus.
Yeah.
Right, you get it? Incorrect.
All right, very good. Thought it was a comet. All right, puzzle one. Place the steps of planetary formation in the correct order. Top being the first thing in the order.
Oh. You drag them around? Okay.
Yep, yeah, you drag them around, and then when you're done, you press enter.
Okay.
And the picture here is showing a protoplanetary disk.
From where?
From a star that is forming and has planets forming around it. So each of those gaps would be where a planet is forming.
I see. Dusk green planet is AI. Protoplanet. Planet. Says. Call Badger Dude. So your students they sometimes don't do so well, huh?
Nope. Dusk green, planetesimal, protoplanet, planet is the correct order for this one. But yeah, for example, on the first test for my astronomy class, which was on the history of astronomy, the highest test grade was a 110 because they could get up to 10 points extra credit on the test. Lowest test grade was a 20. So they were all over the place.
20. That's not passing, is it?
No, not even close.
Are there
And
kids?
of course, that student is now concerned because this week is the end of the first quarter of the class, and they're like, "I'm concerned about my grade." I'm like, "Yeah, I bet you are."
Yeah. Don't tell. We won't tell. But how's he doing?
We'll see tomorrow because he's taking the test tomorrow. Which country is the only one to send landers to Venus?
I knew that one right away.
Those of you that lived through the space race should know this one.
We got John in the chat being a dick, and Dick Wayne in the chat being a John. So this John here, we generally think that he's a flurf, LARPing as an atheist just to try to poke at me. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to read through some of this stuff, and I'm just like, what the heck is he even talking about? Yep.
People are getting technical on you. It wasn't actually Russia.
Soviet Union. Well, I put Soviet Union in here. So
Oh, okay.
people in the chat were saying Russia.
There, okay.
All right, another puzzle one. Order the moons based on size. First being the largest moon. And this is why I have my cat here, because my cat's name is Phoebe. And she is actually sitting right next to me. Here is my cat.
Phoebe is spelled phobe.
Yep, it is spelled phobe. But here is my cat, Phoebe.
Hi, Phoebe.
Named after one of Saturn's moons, and she wants to get down because she hates cuddling. She's very loud and is being surprisingly quiet right now, which is very nice.
I think I'm going to be losing more points. Do they get harder?
It's in random order, so.
Okay. I'm going to think like they're harder as they go along, because then I'll feel better about it.
The Ganymede, Titan, Triton, and Phoebe. Ganymede and Titan are the two moons that are larger than the planet Mercury. Triton is the largest moon of Neptune, and then Phoebe is an irregular moon of Saturn.
Who got that right?
People got that.
Wow. David is nailing
Another puzzle one. Order these from closest to furthest out.
Oh my gosh. I thought this was going to be easy.
So top would be closest, bottom would be furthest away.
Jeez. Okay. That sucks.
This one shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. I did. I think I got it right.
For those of you saying you would definitely fail this, well, there's a reason why we do like multiple weeks of notes and then the tests.
This is, yeah, because we're not taking this class right now. If you'd been taking this class, if this had been something you'd been studying for the last couple of weeks, then these things should be, somewhat proximate in your mind. Ganymede is a fun word to say.
Wait, Nick Wayne, why'd you put my name in quotation marks? I'm kind of, that is my real name, I'm very curious why my name is in quotation marks.
He must think you're related to Monty.
All right, correct order: terrestrial planets, asteroid belt, Jovian planets, and then Kuiper belt.
Got it.
So yeah, terrestrial planets are the inner four, asteroid belt, of course. Then Jovian would be the Jupiter-like planets, and then Kuiper belt is where all the comets are.
All right, I'm still barely hanging on to the top 5.
Mars's moons formed with the planet.
What? I don't know what that means.
Mars has 2 moons.
Yeah?
Did they form with the planet, or are they captured asteroids?
That helped. I think.
Captured asteroids. So false.
All right.
They are very, very tiny. Like, I think their diameters, I think one is like 10 kilometers, one's 20 kilometers, something like that. The leading idea as to how Earth's moon formed is known as the what?
I took a guess. A little bit of a guess myself there. Man, these are serious. Like,
Giant impact hypothesis. Yeah. So that is the idea that a protoplanet the size of Mars crashed into the proto-Earth, leading to the formation of our moon. which is why we have a moon that is so large compared to the size of our planet.
The giant dick hypothesis. Oh.
Wait,
Wow.
Dick Wayne, did gravity run out before they were fully captured by Mars? Well, before they were captured by Mars, they were orbiting the sun, so there's that.
Yeah. They never understand any of this. They just
Yeah, no.
it's all just like a black box to them,
Yeah.
and they don't understand what happens inside the box, therefore it all must be fake.
Just some of Dick Wayne's logic is just very funny to try and follow, especially with some beers in me now. So,
All right, I'm still barely hanging on.
how offset is Uranus's magnetic field from the rotation axis?
Oh, that's not fair. What? For those of us who haven't studied it at all, which is recently, which is just about all of us, right? To have such a specific number, that's rough.
Well, my students have all studied it recently,
Yeah.
so they should know it.
Yep. All right.
Because my notes, what I do is I do guided notes, so they just write down like certain things from like each PowerPoint slide. And one of the things I have them write down is like the magnetic field offset and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Is Dimac here? Somebody told Dimac.
wait, is Dimmock here? Dimmock, are you playing?
No. Not a chance.
Yeah, no, I didn't put 66.6 on here, Wesley, because when I first made this, I was not expecting to have Flurfs look at this. But for this year's test, I did put 6-7 memes on my study guides. It's so dumb, but the meme is never going to die due to the gravitational constant, for those that know that number.
Oh,
Just think about it for a second.
okay. Yep.
How did Earth get most of the water we see today?
Aliens? Obviously. I don't know. Other than aliens, I don't know.
Yeah, Icy Spin, I was not going to put anything about Kent Hovind on there when I'm teaching at a public school in the South. So that would not have been a good idea. So the heavy bombardment period. So the late heavy bombardment is when Neptune and Uranus moved to the outer parts of the solar system. Neptune carved out where it is compared to the Kuiper Belt, flinging lots of comets into the inner solar system. Those comets filled with water, and those comets landed on the Earth, giving us the oceans that we have today.
Hmm. And I'm off the top 5.
Well, we're not even halfway through yet. So, what is the name of Neptune's largest moon? I may have given that one away a little bit ago.
You did.
See if anyone was listening.
Yeah, I was
Who
listening.
was listening to the teacher?
I was listening. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I'll be back in the top 5.
These are all moons of Neptune, though. So, Triton is the answer. Proteus is the second, and Proteus, it looks more like a square than a circle.
I moved up 1. I'm in 7 now.
Very close race up at the top right now.
Tony, my goodness. Nailing it.
Mars has the largest mountain in the solar system named what? Real picture of that mountain. Something Mons.
Man. Well, yeah, of course it's something Mons.
Chat's getting it.
Who's getting it?
Chat is.
Yes.
Yep, everyone
Right.
got it. Olympus Mons.
I'm in 7th still.
So, yeah. So
I
that
see
is a real
Spin is
picture of
trying
it.
to distract me. It's not going to work.
Olympus Mons is 4 times taller than Mount Everest.
That's crazy.
It is very crazy, but yay for lower gravity on Mars, allowing it to grow bigger.
Yeah.
How massive does a protoplanet need to get to before gravitational collapse of hydrogen and helium can happen around it? So before it can become a gas giant, basically, is what that means.
That's a really weird one.
That one's a tough one.
Yeah, you don't just
that one you have to take the class to really know that one.
Yeah, you don't just chit chat about that one.
See if anyone in chat can get it. One person's got it.
Tay, you participate by going to kahoot.it, K-A-H-O-O-T.it.
At the very bottom of the screen here, if you see kahoot.it, and then the game pin is 345123.
All right. Oh, I got it wrong.
10 to 15 Earth masses is what you need before you can start getting hydrogen and helium.
I just guessed the biggest one. All right.
What direction does Venus rotate? So rotating on its axis.
I don't know. I see spin is 532.
I assume Tony knows this one.
Which Tony? Is it PhD Tony?
I'm assuming PhD Tony.
He's not in the chat.
Oh. Well, then whoever the other Tony is.
There can be only one.
Clockwise. It rotates clockwise on its axis. So it orbits the sun counterclockwise, but rotates clockwise on its axis.
All right.
And it rotates very slowly on its axis. One orbit around the sun is faster than one rotation on its axis.
Selini Creations is Tony. All right.
A sidereal day on Earth lasts how long?
I knew that one. We talk about that one a lot with the flatties. Because every single day some flatty posts the same stupid meme. Well, if the Earth rotates once a day, then 6 months from now you'd see totally different constellations. We do see totally different constellations.
Yeah, it's like, I wonder why. There we go, good. Everyone knows that one. At least everyone other than Dick Wayne, I assume, since Dick Wayne's not playing.
Yeah.
What is the coldest planet in the solar system?
I wanted to say Pluto, but it's not a planet.
Nope. It is not. And thankfully, none of my students this year care about Pluto being a planet or not, because none of them were alive when that happened.
Yeah. They don't have any emotion wrapped around it.
But for anyone in the chat that wants to think back to when that happened, I was in 4th grade when that change happened.
Icy Spin says, for $2, send your fluids to the foundry. 07 fam. Good to see ya. 07? What's 07?
07 is salute.
Why is that salute?
Because O would be your head and 7 is you saluting. So like that.
Oh, okay.
That's the text version of saluting.
I see.
The correct answer is Uranus is the coldest planet. So Neptune is the obvious guess, but most likely Uranus actually formed further out than Neptune did originally, and then when they migrated out to the outer solar system, somehow they flipped positions. That is still kind of unknown how they did that.
All right, I'm in 12 now.
About that one.
Man.
How much less light does Neptune get compared to the Earth?
That, like, you could, with a few bits of information, you could work it out.
If you know the distance of the sun to Neptune in astronomical units, you can guess this.
Yeah, that would do. And then apply the inverse square law.
Yep, exactly.
Flatties think the inverse square law means it gets to 0. That's how dumb they are.
Not quite. 900 times less light, because Neptune is about 30 astronomical units away from the sun. After the orbit of Neptune was calculated, how long did it take astronomers to find it? A little bit of a history question on this one.
Yeah, don't know.
Because Neptune is the only planet that can be said to have been found using math.
Yep. It wasn't long, says Clifford Clippy Clipton.
It definitely was not long. Old man Yamaha's in the chat. What's he been saying?
A bunch of nonsense.
30 minutes is the correct answer. So French guy Leverrier calculated it, sent his stuff off to an observatory, and the observatory found Neptune within 30 minutes.
Wow.
So I use that story to tell my students whenever they're in math class and getting annoyed with math and wondering, when am I ever going to use this? Well, math was used to find a planet in 30 minutes. So the discovery of which object led to Pluto's demotion to a dwarf planet in 2006. This is the artist's rendition of what that object looked like.
That I kind of know.
Where does it, oh, Dick Wayne, where does it rain diamonds? Technically, inside the mantle of Uranus, it can actually rain diamonds.
All right, so what did John say to get himself?
John's getting whack-a-flurfed right now.
Yeah, there it is. I like having this up here so everybody can see who actually did the timing out as multiple people, and none of them were me. They like to come on and say, you didn't use, you couldn't take the heat. Like, I didn't do anything. These other people were just annoyed by your stupidity, John.
And Dick Wayne, it is some serious physics for how Uranus could possibly have diamonds raining inside of its mantle layer. It is actually very cool physics. Look it up sometime.
Oh, don't.
So
He can't.
I know.
He can't.
So Eris is the correct answer. Eris was originally actually thought to be larger than Pluto, but more recent observations put it at a little bit less of a radius than Pluto. What is the current mission orbiting Jupiter today?
You gave that away.
There's a little GIF of it.
You gave that away earlier.
I did. Who was listening to me? My students never do, so I never worry if I give it away.
Ah.
One that got lots of funding cut to it by the Trump administration, unfortunately.
Juno did?
Yep. Juno is the correct answer. So Galileo was there. Pioneer 10 was the first thing to go by Jupiter, and then Europa Clipper is on its way. I think Europa Clipper will get there in 2030.
All right, I'm trying to make it back up to the top 5.
The gaps in the asteroid belt where there are no asteroids are known as the what? These parts. 1, 2, 3.
No idea. All
Well,
right,
I guess 4, right?
So I'm going to try to make it up to the top 10.
I'm wondering how many people get this one wrong.
Oh, that's got to be a...
This one's not a well-known one.
No.
The Kirkwood gaps
I
is the
got it
name of
wrong.
it. So yeah, so these gaps, which are caused by orbital resonances with Jupiter, which is here. So yeah, all the other names are just other names from astronomy that I'm like, you know what, these might be the
Just
ones
chuck
that they
them
would
in.
guess.
Yeah, it's really screw with us.
Yep. Ooh, change at the leaderboard.
We got 2 Bobs at the top.
Which type of asteroid is most common?
There's types of asteroids.
3 of these are types of asteroids. 1 of these is not. Bonus question, do you know what asteroid this is?
No.
Anyone in chat know what asteroid this one is?
That's a potato.
It really does look like a potato.
Is it larger or smaller than the potato radius?
Much larger than the potato radius.
All right. It looks an awful lot like David Weiss.
It does. You could probably put a face on there, and rather than being Mr. Potato Head, it would be David Weiss
Yeah.
on there.
Is that the one Bruce Willis landed on?
Oh, 1 person got the name of the asteroid right. 2 people got it right.
It's Dearth Asteroid.
Dark asteroid. S-type is the most common.
I
S-type
got
are
it
the
right.
bright ones.
I got it right by
And
guessing.
And the name of the asteroid, that is the asteroid Eros. E-R-O-S.
All right.
So yeah, S-type is the most common, M-type second most, C-type are the least common, and Z-type I just needed a 4th answer choice, so I came up with a random letter.
Okay.
How old is the solar system? Hopefully everyone in chat that is not a flurf knows this one.
I don't think that we've talked about that much.
Well, hopefully you'll recognize at least one of these ages.
Well, yeah.
Thank you for the -S there, Nick.
Bruce Wayne says old enough.
I mean, true. 4.6 billion. And then 13.8 is the age of the universe. 10 billion is the age that the sun will get to before it turns into a red giant.
I'm in 8th. I'm in 8th place.
Lobate scarps are evidence of what process is occurring. Something with mercury.
Oh, that. William Maury Baker says, crazy how the Earth is basically the same age as the solar system. Yeah.
A couple people in chat have gotten this one.
Yeah, but the
Mercury
universe
is shrinking.
only started existing 6,000 years ago. How can that be?
The Mercury is shrinking. Is lobate scarps are these weird like features, kind of like how for the Earth we have like fractures from earthquakes and stuff, but on Mercury it's wrinkles from it like overlapping each other, and it's actually shrinking in size.
It happens when you go swimming. You know?
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
What is the hottest planet in the solar system?
Oh, come on.
There's a silhouette of it. I mean, I have to give them some easy questions.
Maybe Mercury just got out of the pool.
I mean, Mercury is a liquid on Earth, so. All right, good. Venus. Venus is the hottest planet.
Ugh.
What is the most common type of object in the Kuiper Belt? So the outer region.
I would say it's internet satellites.
No, that's orbiting the Earth right now.
Yeah, satellites that provide internet access.
That would be Starlink satellites
No,
orbiting the
Kuiper
Earth.
satellites.
Are there satellites named Kuiper?
Yeah, that's
or whatever?
Amazon's product.
Oh. I still find it funny that there are flirts that use Starlink.
Yes, I've debated at least one over satellite. They were on satellite.
r/whoosh.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Icy spin.
Got
All
it
right.
right.
Comets are the most common type of object in the Kuiper belts. So asteroid belt is where the asteroids are. Kuiper belt is where the comets are. Very close race at the top. Holy
Wow.
crap!
Wow.
There's only 3 questions left. Holy crap!
All right.
That's even closer than it was in my class today. True or false? Martian dust storms can engulf the whole planet.
Flirps do not understand the irony, says Jeff C.
Just like they don't understand that iron is what makes Mars red.
Flirps don't understand.
Period.
Does a tree make a sound when noon is around? Ah. Yeah. Old man Yamaha, his Papa Flurfs, when given the opportunity to participate in a scientific debate, they went all shrivelly and scampered off.
Answer is true on this one. So funny story is that when the Mariner, I forget which one was the first orbiter, Mariner, I forget what number it was. When it first got to Mars, it actually got there during one of the global dust storms. So they had to wait for the global dust storm to dissipate before they could actually do any research on the planet. And they said it sucked having to wait, but it was kind of fun being like a curtain reveal of like seeing what there was on the surface of the planet. So like Olympus Mons was the first thing, and then more and more and more stuff, and then the last thing they could finally see was the Mariner Valley.
Well, I'm in 9th place. I don't think I can make it up to 5th.
Which planet is less dense than water?
Oh, I got that wrong. It's gonna have to be.
Pat in the chat, no, there are no 12,000 point questions.
It have to be either Uranus or Neptune, right?
A couple people are getting it.
Well, Saturn is what they're saying. So I answered Jupiter, then I said Uranus and Neptune, and it's Saturn. So it's the opposite of what I answered in all ways. All right.
That's always how it goes whenever you guess, right?
I do have 19,000 points, so I wouldn't even have to send myself $100 if I was playing with Mikey's rules.
I do love this picture though, to scale of like just how small we are compared to the like Jupiter, Saturn,
Yeah.
and all the others. Answer is Saturn. Saturn is less dense than water. So I think Saturn's density is 0.8 grams per centimeter cubed, something like that. And then all the others are a little over 1.
And hey,
for the
don't say
gas
anything, Eric.
giants.
What is water's density?
1 gram per
Hey,
centimeter
I said
cubed.
don't answer.
Wow. Oops.
It's the definition. All right, is this
And
the last one?
astronomers still using grams per centimeter cubed.
Is this the last one?
Yeah, last question.
All right, I'm gonna get it. Then I'll be in first place.
Zero age of a star begins when fusion of which element starts?
I hope I got that right. Riley Lifeson, 8 pounds per gallon.
Is it really 8 pounds per gallon?
Yeah. That's not the
Yeah, I
definition.
did not know my freedom units version of it.
That's okay. Aldebaran says blue. The Canadian Space Advocate says there is at least one question I have problems with. Really? So somebody disagrees with which question is it?
Yeah, I'm curious which question you have a problem with. Is it one of the true or false ones, or?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, hydrogen, very good.
11th place. I didn't even stay in the top 10. Evil Producer and Tony, Evil Producer, and first place, Bob Sponge. All right. With David, LPF, and the other Bob. Nice. Canadian Space Advocate says where we get water.
Well, I mean, the leading theory is late heavy bombardment. So,
okay.
Water probably came from more than just one place, but the majority of it is thought to have come from the late heavy bombardment.
So here's the question then: the students who do pass the test, how do they usually do on the Kahoot for it?
They usually do really well. So
if they pass, so 20,000.
Yeah.
I just crossed over 20,000 points in that last question. So would that be a passing grade, you think? Could we call that?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
What I've been doing this year is that the Kahoots that I do this year are, instead of 35, I do 30 questions, just so that it fits in the class time period for what we have for a class period. And then the tests are 25 questions, and I take 18 of the Kahoot questions and put them on the test, and then come up with an extra 7. So if all they do is study the Kahoot and that's it, then they should at least get a passing grade on the tests.
Right. Now the third Dura sister says, NASA says C-type asteroids are the most common type. I call foul on this quiz.
Maybe it's C-type. Maybe it would be the most common period, but the most common discovered is S-type, because S-type are the brightest asteroids.
Oh.
C-type are like as black as a lump of coal, so they're very hard to spot.
I see.
So the way I have them remember it for C-type asteroids being the hardest to find is you have a black object with the black background of space and very little light reflecting off of them, period. So yeah, it's very hard to find them.
It's hard to see unless it goes in front of something.
Exactly.
We got Jerry No Teeth in the chat here, making a fool of himself. Keep it up.
I mean, yeah, that's what y'all do.
This is what's funny, right? Flat Earthers, you don't make yourselves look good. This is what's great. This is why I don't like to block them. I love to just let them sit here and make a fool of themselves. Because just saying "nuh-uh," that doesn't explain anything. All of these things are things that people can see. Citizen scientists with their own telescopes can look at most of these things and see them. And people have over time worked hard to try to figure out how these things work and why they do things, and to provide actual physics-based intelligent explanations for all of these things. Flat Earthers are like, nuh-uh, that's it. That's all I got. That's embarrassing. So keep embarrassing yourself. Well, top score 25,000. I got 20,000. So it's a pretty tight spread there.
Yeah, pretty good.
Jerry Albert wants to debate. Jerry, step one, send a list of
Jerry,
things.
if you want to come on, I'll get off. You can debate Toon.
No. He needs to send. I asked him last time. I asked for one thing that he would agree is evidence for the Earth being a globe. And he lacks the capability of even putting together one thing that he would accept that would be evidence for the Earth being a globe. I listed off a bunch. We had a whole panel, and everybody in the panel listed off a bunch of things that they said they would accept as evidence for the Earth being flat. We could all put that together, but flat Earthers generally cannot even declare what they would accept as evidence for the Earth being a globe.
If we want to go through the full report of the game, see like what were the most missed questions and what were the most well answered.
That'd be good. Can you go through that? There it is. Okay.
Let's see. Sharon? Yep, okay. So most missed question was, after the orbit of Neptune was calculated, how long did it take for astronomers to find it?
That did seem
Only
like a trick question.
So yeah, that was only 30 minutes for that one.
The reason why I thought it was a trick question was because there's two different people that computed it, and then they sent letters, right?
Yeah, so it was two people independently that tried to calculate it. One person got it wrong, one person got it right. So one person got it wrong a year before, and was just a little bit off, and then the other person who did it completely independently, they sent it off, and 30 minutes into the night after they sent it off, they found it. So
all right.
9 people had no answer on the order of the moons.
Oh.
Let's see, most common, which type of asteroid is most common? If it's and so for the person who had a problem with this question, it might be that C-type are thought to be the most common, like in general, but the most common discovered are most definitely the S-type asteroids because they are the brightest ones. Let's see, coldest planet. This one's definitely a trick question here. This one's definitely one that if you don't take the class, you wouldn't know. This one, I mean, if you know that it's rust, then you should know oxygen.
Yeah, I did figure that out because my first was like, I missed the in the atmosphere part. I didn't quite register that. But then when iron wasn't one of the things, I'm like, oh, it's iron oxide. Okay, so oxide.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that in the homework assignment for my students this year, and that was by far the most missed question in the homework assignments. See, and then this one, if you don't know this one, then that one would be just a guess. This one, again, would be one that's like, if you don't know, you don't know. Another one of those with Mercury actually shrinking. It's the smallest planet, and it's getting even smaller. This one is one no one's heard of before, the Kirkwood gaps.
That's it. Yeah.
And then this one is really a question for the chemists.
I suppose.
Let's see. I can just view full reports.
Who was last? We gotta see that. We gotta
Participants.
Point and laugh at him.
Show more. Show more. Couple people with 0%. Penn and Todd Birch.
But did they answer?
Unanswered 35 questions.
Okay, so of those that answered,
the first one that answered every question and got stuff wrong was JK.
Oh, JK. Hang your head.
Still got a 50, or almost a 50.
All right, I'll take it back. Anyway. All right. So we've got
that's all from me.
I see Spin sent. Oh, hold on me. I see Spin sent something. Nachiketa All right. I don't know what it is. He just said, what is it? Give me the description again. Icy spin. Like Nachiketa comes and goes. Like he'll create he'll delete his channel and then he'll come back and then he'll delete his channel again and it's Yamaha. That's what it is. It's Old Man Yamaha. Let's get this up here. Spouting garbage. That's what he's good at. It's one of his skills. You need to really respect people's true abilities. Old Man Yamaha has the ability to spout garbage.
Here, I'm going to post something in the chat here. If you would like to help out a teacher in need, I'm going to share my class list that I have on Amazon.
Oh, there you go.
The most common thing that I definitely would need out of that list, and really the only thing I need from that list, would be printer paper, because I have a limited number of printer paper for the entire year, and I've already gone through it.
Why do you have, the school district gives you a limited amount?
Yep, because there was the year before I started, there was a lot of printer paper used, and unfortunately, they decided to, instead of having unlimited paper, they made it to where we get a single box of paper, and that's it for the entire year.
Wow.
Which really sucks. But we do get teacher money throughout the year, so pretty much everyone just uses that on printer paper, but it sucks that that's what we have to use it on.
Oh. All right. Well, there you go, people. You can help them out. All right. Here is. I'll share this to you. You want to turn off your share? You did already. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll share this to you. All right. So here is on Nachiketa's stream from Icy Spin. This is the setup, I think, for Old Man Yamaha.
All right. We got Yahawaha-san up on the channel. You want to present yourself, sir? Or do you want to just remain the way you are? Hello? Jerry, are you there?
Just remain the way you are.
He can't figure out tech ever.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I got I got background noise, apparently.
Well, that's on you. I don't know why you got background noise.
Okay,
but,
okay, here.
There he is.
Okay.
Oh,
So
look at
what do I
look
need
at-
Old
to do
man.
here?
are you on the speaker?
Peachy Tony says, can I suggest that Eric Burns buys a bunch of USB sticks so his students can print the material out themselves?
Yeah, but then parents would get mad that they'd have to buy paper.
Paper's not that expensive.
Parents get mad about everything.
Oh, stupid parents.
Agreed.
I can't hear.
Are you on a speaker?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we know.
It's not working.
All right,
We know you don't know what's going on. That's why you think the earth is flat.
hold on one second. Let me
Sorry, no,
see.
that triggered him. It's not working.
I reduced the background
Okay,
noise.
so if I turn this on. Sorry, no, that triggered him. It's not working. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. If I turn this on. It's not working.
He's as
doesn't
useful
know
as a
how audio
football
works.
bat.
I think it's working now.
Okay, good. So what do you want? What do you want to add to the conversation?
Think about it.
I think it's working now. Yeah, but it's got background noise.
Well, you're on speakers and you got YouTube going on in the background. That's why there's background noise, sir.
He's so senile.
Yeah, but it's got background noise. Well, you're on speaker. You got YouTube going on. That's why
I'll be right back.
You're
Yeah, but
on
if I
StreamYard.
turn off YouTube, I can't hear you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you can. You should be able to. You have to turn. You have to turn the
Let's see.
YouTube off. Otherwise, it's going to echo.
I can't hear you. Are we good now?
No.
Did you turn YouTube off? And I'm still hearing myself.
Are we good now?
Instead of tab, I have Mountain View.
You have to turn YouTube off.
Yeah, I can. It won't go all the way off.
Oh my gosh.
You have to mute it completely. You have to
He's so-
completely mute it, and then
so
you have to use
senile.
the mic that is available on StreamYard.
You have to mute it completely. You have to completely mute it.
You're killing me over here.
This is like
Yeah,
for
watch
people
it.
my age trying to teach their parents how to use a smartphone for the first
Oh,
time.
I know. Can you imagine how difficult this guy would have time he'd have trying to set his VCR to not flash 12 all the time?
You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to operate this.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's right. It's somebody else's fault, not yours. Oh, no, not yours.
Hey, well, come back another time when you figured
Yeah,
it out.
apparently I don't.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to rage stay.
Rage stay.
Anybody else want to pop on up and have a conversation?
Help him.
What's his name? Blood always finds its level. What happened to Mr. Pie?
Body.
Hello? Yes, sir?
What's the name? Always find people.
Oh, this is so sad.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
All right, Andreas Eld says, is Mercury cooling off and shrinking in diameter, or is it somehow shrinking in mass?
Shrinking in diameter from cooling off. So its core is cooling off, like all planets' cores are cooling off. And when that happens, it shrinks a little bit, and so the surface area just kind of goes like over top of itself.
All right. Good question.
Okay, so
The stream froze. Old man Yamaha.
Hello? Now you're frozen.
I love that face.
I'm gonna boot you out of here until you figure it out, and then if you figured it out, you can put
Screenshot.
in the
Like,
private
use
chat.
that, if he ever does come on a stream, use that screenshot, like of just his face right there for the thumbnail.
He's so senile. He's like, I'm smarter than all of you. No, you're not. Oh my gosh. All right. So here is CK. This is Icy Spin sent me this second part now that he's apparently maybe gotten on.
Okay, Mr. Yahawasha-san, Jerry, thank you for being patient. So you're back on the show. So
Thank you.
do you want to continue on with the conversation?
sure.
So just to go back to the conversation, there is a phenomenon of gravitas, not gravity, a gravitas, which means that objects do, like this jug of water, jug of tea, does optically fall down.
It optically falls down. Eric, what is the law, the physics, the law in physics of optically falling things? Help me out here. I forgot.
I think FTFE has a good clip to play for that one.
Yeah. And was it T, or was it something else that rhymes with T?
Words, so there's only two possibilities. Either the vector is up or down. So most people say the vector is down because there is a force, according to them, that's pushing objects down. And just like you're saying, things go down just because they go down. It's a kind of a circular reasoning that Uh,
I didn't
heavy
say
things
that.
go down because they're heavy. That's your rationale, correct?
What I say is, if the buoyancy and density of an object, when it falls, it's falling because the things around it are lighter than they are.
Aw. He is truly senile. He's, oh my gosh. That he it's like this simpleton idea of how things work. Right?
Yeah, it's insane.
Like of course, buoyancy is the result of whatever causes things to go down. Whatever it is causes buoyancy to also happen. So you're putting the cart before the horse there. I don't think he's going to know what that means. He might not know what it means when I say cart before the horse. Gonna have to think of something
It's just
else.
so funny whenever they start to say buoyancy stuff, and you're like, what's this G in the equation of buoyancy?
They
here?
don't do equations. That's the
I
thing.
know.
They're not even smart enough to do like introductory physics class from like 9th grade. So, all right, let's hear it.
So if you drop something, the only reason it falls to the ground is because
there is a force. The rest of the question is, there's a force, right? F equals ma. That's the equation. There's a mass. It gets accelerated toward the ground. There is a force.
It's causing that acceleration.
Okay. So density can't be that force, because density isn't a force. It's a relationship between how large something is and how much mass is in that thing. It doesn't have a direction. It doesn't have any of the characteristics of force. This is just how incredibly ill-prepared flat earthers are to even participate in this type of exchange.
I forgot which flurf it was that I heard something from recently, but they were just not understanding E equals MC squared. And they're like, what the heck? How does mass and speed relate to each other or anything? It's like, oh my God.
Jerry says related to weight. Jerry, weight is another word for force.
And Jerry, look up the equation for weight. Look up the equation.
He's not going to get it.
I know.
Because weight is a force. Pounds are a force. It's a measure of force. So that goes down the side of the equation. That's the F. F equals ma. That's W. You could put in weight if you want there. So yeah, it's related to weight. You're right. It's related to weight, but you need there's some name for it. There's something causing that.
It's related to weight, but what is weight? What is the weight?
Yeah, what's causing that weight? It just happens. It just is. That's all he's got.
the around it is lighter than itself.
Okay, now lighter is also something related to force. There's less force on those things. Things that are lighter, less force. Things that are heavier, more force.
I tried to, like, in the first week of school, I tried to see if there were any actual conspiracy theorists out of my students or anything like that, and thank God this year there are zero.
None.
Good. Like, some of them tried to joke and do a flat Earth joke, but I could tell they were just joking immediately. So
and here we see how incredibly dumb Jerry is. Jerry says weight is the density of an object. It is not. Weight is a force. The units for that for force is what? Anybody in the chat? I'm not going to give it. Watch Jerry. Watch the chat when I say that. What is the unit for force? And I've already said weight is a force.
In metric or freedom units?
Well, it doesn't matter. But based on that hint, people should be able to just put pounds.
Oh, everyone's giving it in metric. Someone give it in freedom units.
Well, no, break newtons down. Break newtons down to base units. Newtons equals kilogram meter per second per second.
There we go.
Yes. There. PhD Tony got it. But yeah, newtons. Here's the real challenge. Can you get this, Eric? What is the freedom unit for mass?
That would be not pound feet. See, because weight is pound. It is mass. It is.
You're not going to get it.
No, I'm not going to get this one.
The Canadian Space Advocate was the first. Slugs.
Slugs. Ah, yes.
Slugs. The almost best. Of course, sheep units are always better. Yeah, slug or pound mass.
So, which is why I always laugh whenever I need to look up like conversion of pounds to kilograms. Technically, that's not a conversion.
Yeah, you can't truly do it. You can only do it if you first define the acceleration that's present.
Yeah.
So all right. So when senile man Jerry says, force is the density, it's not, because force is kilogram meters per second squared. Density is kilograms per meter cubed. Or centimeter cubed, meter, right? Incompatible units. And Jerry isn't even smart enough to know that you can't put incompatible units on opposite sides of an equal sign and just declare by fiat through ignorance and stupidity that they are equal. You don't get to do that. Physics.
Yeah, that's
physics is
one that.
It's super.
That's one thing that I try to teach with my students is like the stuff about like compatible versus incompatible units, because I always have one extra credit question on my test that is a math question, and if they're ever not sure, I tell them make sure to put the units in the equation and see if the units work out in the end, and see if you're doing the question correctly.
Dimensional analysis is the cheat code for physics.
Yep. So when I first showed them what the gravitational constant is, they're like, "What the heck is that long thing there? Like, what the heck is that unit at the end?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it. When you put it into equations, it works out."
All right. All right. Well, he sounds like the crazy prospector, like in the whatever
Jerry
movie.
was nice. He said thanks. He said thanks on something.
I'm sure it's sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't he sound like the crazy prospector? Just
Yes.
listen.
So it will fall to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
I'm going to
agree?
show you something. Let me show you something, okay?
No, I don't think you know. I was here.
So he's actually talking down to other people, which is fine. I mean, you can talk down to Nachiketa because Nachiketa doesn't understand either. But the fact that these two flirts are talking down to each other when neither of them are right is hilarious.
Here with Dale and all those things Dale showed and those different experiments that there were a few other YouTubers that shared their experiments to try to prove the point that our reality is moving upwards.
Yeah, it is. It is moving upwards.
It is not.
He's one of the moving upwards guys.
Yeah, he is. Him and Dell and the generally thought to be the Flat Earth Society. But the Flat Earth Society isn't of that opinion in general. Flat Earth Society is at this point, it's a forum of different people on two different websites. And the leadership of those two websites do not like each other, do not get along with each other. So
Don't a lot of flat earthers think the Flat Earth Society is a conspiracy or something?
Yeah, they say that the Flat Earth Society is controlled opposition. How do they know that? Well, somebody told them that. Therefore, it's true. Right? That's it.
Yeah.
That's the the beginning and ending of their evidence. And they're like, oh, it's to make flat earthers look dumb. And I would say, you don't need help. Nobody needed to get sent out to make flat earthers look dumb. You just look at flat earthers and you're like, hey, you look dumb. That's it.
I think one thing that you would find very funny, if you haven't found it already, the subreddit r/confidently incorrect.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I feel like lots of your conversations can be put on there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Our reality is moving upwards. So if you don't seem to understand why, that's the problem. I can't understand it for you, but I can try to explain to you. But you constantly coming in here and saying, well, everything is stationary and the Bible says it's fixed, so it must be so. It's not an argument.
You don't.
It's not an argument.
I really don't think you understand where I'm coming from.
I do understand where you're coming from because most everybody is in your position. Most everybody came from the globe, and they're, they believe in gravity. You come from a flat Earth cosmology where you think the objects go down because they're heavy.
But I don't.
I get it.
I don't buy that. I don't buy.
What do you buy? You buy the virtual reality that everything's optical.
This is where I'm coming from. Everything is about
it's a theory.
What you can see.
Oh, it's only about what you can see.
Well, I can see that Earth is spherical.
Oh, yeah. Is that actually right? He just did say what he would accept. Right?
Yeah, he kind of did.
He did. He said what he would accept.
We've
Awesome.
been able to see since Aristotle that Earth is spherical.
Well, here it is.
And
this is what we see. This is the horizon curved. But now here's the problem. Now it's not what we see. This is something else. What we see doesn't count
controlled
anymore.
opposition.
Yeah. It could be. Is it controlled opposition? Or is it this doesn't matter anymore? What we see doesn't matter anymore. Or is they also like to make up lies about this.
Or it's just nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's nuh-uh, but it's also they'll lie about it. We'll see we'll see if he chucks out a lie here. Cause step one, reject everything. Sorry, step one for flat Earth is they select their conclusion, right? Number two, look for things that match their conclusion, sort of maybe, but not really. Number three, ignore everything that doesn't match, and that's what this is going to be here. Somehow come up with an excuse for why this isn't allowed. Whatever it is, don't, and they are fine lying about stuff. And then number four, declare that their pre-selected conclusion was proven.
Here, actually, I have a question for Jerry and any of the other religious flirts that are in chat right now. What do you guys have to say about the fact that when the Big Bang Theory was first created, the Pope at the time actually wanted to include the Big Bang Theory into Catholicism? What are your thoughts on that?
Most of them will say, because most of them are Protestants, not Catholic, that they don't like the Catholic Church, and that then they'll make up lies about what the Catholic Church is. So that's how they answer that. Yeah, they hate the Pope and disagree. Now Protestants don't follow the Pope, so
don't follow the Pope. But
they don't care in general. Generally, Protestants don't care. The religiflurfs and other conspiracy nutters aggressively hate them and think that they are super incredibly evil. So nothing from Jerry No Teeth. There he is. If y'all would look at videos on the internet, you would see evidence of our stereographic, supernatural, biblical, virtual. But right here, we're looking at this right now on the internet. If the only thing that matters is what we see, this is what we see. This is a curve, right? This is a curve, and you're the one that these words came out of your toothless mouth. Let's hear it again.
This is where I'm coming from. Everything is about
It's a theory.
what you can see.
About what you can see. Got it. That's your standard of evidence. This is what we can see. Dan Demand says, show him the one where you counted the pixels. The problem with that is there's math involved when you count.
Oh, Jerry just claimed no curve on this.
But Jerry,
But I see a
lying,
curve, Jerry.
lying isn't an acceptable answer.
Jerry, I see a very definitive curve on this.
Like everybody here sees a curve, but you are just playing the game that there's no curve. Like that's embarrassing. Because there's a curve there. Like how embarrassing for Flat Earth that
you
when
said you
there's a
trust your-
curve, he just
Trust
says,
our eyes, Jerry. Well, Jerry, with my eyes, I see a curve.
"Yeah, I see a curve." Here, let's put in the chat here. Let's see. Do you see a curve? There we go. We'll have a little poll here to see if people think that there's a curve. All right. While that's happening here, let me read. Got. Hold on. Reload. Penguin J says, "Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs." Thank you, Penguin J. I need to vote. We got Icy Spin says, Eric, how many stars do you suppose Mikey thinks there are? Ooh, that's a good one. What do you think?
Oh, that's actually a good question. I would assume Mikey thinks there's like less than maybe 5,000, because the most I think that you can see without a telescope, like if you live at the equator, is somewhere around like 6,000 something that you can see. So
Yeah, I've heard
somewhere under 6,000.
Yeah, I've heard that number as well. Let's see. Mark Beiser says, are the ketchup chips in the drawer still the same ones from like 5 years ago? Yes. They were put in that drawer initially March of 2020. It is October 2025. That's 5.5 years. Ugh. Nugs Automation says, I'm back. Welcome back. It's been 13 months of membership. Icy Spin says, send them your fluids. Send your fluids to the foundry. And then the salute. Fam. Good to see you. Jack Fetters says, miss the game. Catching up. 1, it's a projection. 2, it's CGI. 3, fake and gay. 4, nuh-uh. 5, requires a container. Here we go. See, Jerry is being all of a sudden quiet when we've got this curve on the screen.
Being quiet when there's an astronomer responding to him.
Yeah. Jerry, answer this. You said it all that matters is what we see. There's a curve.
Jerry, if you think you're so much smarter than astronomers, then do you have any questions for me?
Oh, you should be able to really, stump him. We got third Dura Sister says NASA says C-type asteroids are the most common. We talked about that. Evil Producer 1 says MCToon for top left 2026. It wasn't me. I was in the middle of the pack. What are you talking about? I'm aggressively average. Look at this. Jerry says he can't even address the topic. That's how mentally challenged he is. He says no ice wall, no dome, no motion, no curve. But there's a curve right there.
Well, he's right on 2 of the 4 things.
Jerry, there is a curve. Saying there's no curve when there is a curve is what insane people do. Flat earthers are insane.
Jerry, do you have any proof that our reality is virtual?
Just words. All he's got.
Other than just the movie The
let's
Matrix.
stick to the topic, Jerry. This is curved. We all see this as curved. Currently, the poll with 123 people voting, 123 of them say there's a curve. Exactly 0 people agree with your lie, Jerry.
Not even anyone trying to troll and say no.
Wow. Rarely, I mean, usually Zoomy misreads the question and clicks the wrong one. I'm not even kidding.
That's why on the questions like the liquid metallic hydrogen question, before the answer choices pop up, I tell them read carefully on that one.
Nice. Oh my gosh, insane person. He says, yes, the sun sets into the ground. He's literally insane. He thinks the
then
sun.
How did Toon see a 24-hour sun?
He thinks the sun literally goes into the ground.
Jerry, when MCToon was in Antarctica and seeing a 24-hour sun, I was not in Antarctica and I was not seeing a 24-hour sun.
Yeah.
How was the sun going into the ground for me but not into the ground for Toon?
Seriously, this is I didn't actually think he was this mentally handicapped, but I was wrong. All right, here's another one. This one here, this was taken in 1935.
What was that taken from, actually?
A balloon, 72,000 feet. So right here, you can see that this line, they added a line next to the horizon right there. You see that on the left side, it's right next to the horizon. In the middle, it bulges up. And over on the right side, the line is next to the horizon. So here we have another photograph taken with a rectilinear lens showing the curve. So,
Jerry, what's your cope of this?
Yeah, what's the cope? He can't even address. This is.
Plastic Citizen's got the cope for him.
He's so mentally challenged that he can't even address the topic. Right? He's just saying other insane things, saying sun, moon, and wandering stars all set into the ground. He in this video here just said, well, let's listen to what he just said.
This is where I'm coming from. Everything is about
It's a theory.
what you can see.
What you can see right there. You can see
I can see curve, Jerry.
the curve.
Jerry says proof on Awake Souls channel. Well, Jerry, you know what you can do? You can come on here right now. Just make sure that you have your audio stuff correct so it's not echoing like it was on this one.
But he has a requirement in order to come on here. His requirement is that he needs to state what he would accept as evidence that the Earth is a globe. That's the prerequisite for Jerry. Tim Davidson says, trying for the shortest joke, 3 words joke, stationary store moves. 2 words, dwarf shortage. And the shortest 1-word joke, me. Sad face. Aw, Tim. Aw. Don't feel so bad. NA says, I'll donate if I can remain anonymous. So,
well, the Amazon wish list, I don't think it'll tell me like who you are or anything like that. Like if you donate anything.
Yeah, there you go. But the only person that would find out is Eric. So there's your.
And I will, if it does accidentally dox you, I will not dox you onto anything else.
Yeah. And Jerry, the reason why I'm hesitant to let you on is because it is, people get mad at me when I let mentally handicapped people on. So I put a bar, I raised the bar up to so that I can say to them, well, I made him like do something somewhat rational. And therefore you can't get on my case about making fun of mentally handicapped people. But so far, Jerry, you have not attained exiting mentally handicapped state. So, there you go. Evil Producer says, Old Man Yama Boomer. Pat in the chat says, Jerry, do I look like I know what a JPEG is? All right. We'll get this. Let me catch up. Icy Spin. Jim Daniels, brother to Jack, says, I bet Yamaha doesn't know how many shots of Jack Daniels you can get out of a fifth. I don't either.
Yeah, that I don't know off the top of my head.
Dave Kircher says, think Titicaca, it's Tuesday. I'm not a relativity expert, but space curving toward mass seems like it's kind of sort of agrees with the ground constantly accelerating upward if you squint at it just right. There you go. NANA member for 56 months. That's a long time. Thank you, NANA. Yadawatt for 40 months member says Earth got water from aliens sending fluids to Vlad. And MK Ultra says sun goes into the ground, but time zones? Yeah, he's nuts. Okay, well, let's go back to insane person talking insane stuff.
Everything is based on your visual experience. Everything's based on that.
I can feel this cup. I'm holding this cup in my hand. It's not just visual.
That.
I'm using my five senses to experience this reality just the same. And part of this reality is that there's weight and density to this cup.
Right. And if you let go of it, it's going to fall to the ground.
Yeah, optically speaking, it is going to fall to the ground, but that's not actually falling. It's because the whole ground and my ass and this couch is moving up. So when I drop this cup, when I let it go, it looks like it's falling to the ground, when in fact it is being suspended in midair and I'm being pushed up to it. So it is the equivalence principle where you don't know the difference. You can't tell the difference. So for you sitting here, it seems like optically things are falling down, but it's not. You're being pushed up to that object.
Okay. If that's how you experience it.
It is how we all experience it.
Well, realistically, we all
that is reality, not realistically. That is reality.
All right, Eric. So, Nachiketa here, the upward earthers, have a little bit of a better explanation for gravity than the buoyancy and density insane people. But what's wrong with it?
The fact that if you kept accelerating, then eventually you'd hit the speed of light and go faster than the speed of light. So there's that.
Because they don't reject relativity.
Oh, yeah.
So you'd never reach the speed of light. So what is the fault with it?
Everything above us would be red-shifted, or blue shifted. Everything, and then everything underneath us would be blue, would be red shifted.
That's true, unless they're in our same reference frame. So I guess they could say that.
Unless everything in the universe is also going, like that.
Yeah, and there's no cause, which is a little bit of a challenge.
Then if it's not that,
but there is something, no mechanism for it, says Peter Markley. But no, there is an absolute killer for it. There's a few side things, like why does the sun stay up? Wouldn't it fall down?
Oh yeah,
the moon.
Yeah.
But the real killer is that if that was the case, then the acceleration would be the same everywhere.
Oh yeah.
But the acceleration varies.
It's not the same everywhere.
In a measurable way, and it varies by latitude and elevation, which there's no plausible connection between this upward moving thing and a variation with latitude and elevation.
There's a reason why gold is measured the way that it is.
Yes. So that is the and Nick N gets a little got it there.
Yep.
Okay, in our reality, what we experience is what we can see.
That's one of the reality. The optical reality
Okay,
is
so
a part
yes,
of this reality,
like
but that's
when
not the
I
whole
knock-
of this reality.
When I knock on this table, yes, it's a solid object,
Right?
right?
Agreed.
Okay. So if I get up and walk, I am physically moving.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
So what?
So everything that you experience is visual. It's what
No.
you can see.
Not everything that you experience is visual. We're coming back to the same circling logic. This is a fallacy that you have said yourself.
So-
we can smell things, we can see things,
So
we can
you
feel things.
understand that we all have 5 senses if we are, I guess, I don't even want to use the word normal, but we all
No, you're not normal. No, that's not for you. All right, here, Leslie Rohr
Am I
sent
frozen?
this. Here it is for those that are like, there is no curve. There you go. There's a straight line right there across it, and you can see there's a curve. Thank you, Leslie.
have 5 senses,
I
right?
think my
Yeah, for the
video
most
might
part,
be
some
frozen
people
on the
cannot see, some people
screen.
cannot hear, some people cannot taste, some people cannot
Right.
smell. So there's,
And
some people may not be
can't
able to
move.
feel. So they're gonna have they're gonna miss a sense or two.
Some people can't
And if they're
actually
missing all the
move.
senses, well, that's gonna be like that Metallica guy, who can't feel anything, smell anything, see anything, or hear anything. So
All right, the song is One. Landmine has taken my arms, taken my legs. That one. That's the one. I don't think he mentioned that he doesn't have a sense of smell.
he's gonna live in a different world than most everybody else. I agree.
Okay. So if you have your 5 senses, let's just say it's a given. You have your 5 senses. You can
Let's
see,
presume
you can
that
smell, you can taste, you can
Yeah.
hear,
Can you taste the curve?
you can feel.
Yep.
Okay. That's our 5 senses. And
Got
then you have said that you think we have a 6th sense.
That is neither here nor there. The sixth sense doesn't have anything to do with the upward vector. We don't need-
Exactly. That has nothing to do with anything. We don't.
Jerry,
Okay.
the reason why I mentioned the sixth sense is that you said that we only have 5 senses, and I just threw in my 2 cents and said, well, I think everybody has the sixth sense, one more, but who cares? Okay, let's get rid of the sixth sense. So what? So what? It doesn't change the fact that the vector is upwards. Get rid of the sixth sense. Get rid of 2 more senses. Get rid of the visual sense and the hearing. It doesn't.
Why is not Jaquetta wearing a backpack?
Is he wearing a backpack or is he wearing a just a vest thing?
It looks to me like a backpack. He's ready to go to school.
It looks to me like he's wearing like a vest, like the vest that Nelson wears in The Simpsons.
change the fact that you still feel the movement of the earth going upwards.
Okay.
You feel it on your ass that you're sitting on that chair.
Of course I do. I feel it on my elbow. I'm leaning on the
Yeah.
chair.
Oh my gosh.
I do. I get that. So
That is
From
the
what
seat pushing up
you-
against you.
from what you are saying,
Oh my gosh.
everything in our reality, like the sun, the moon, the stars, the wandering stars, and our realm, is all moving in an upward vector.
Well, I don't know what the star and the sun and the moon is exactly.
Well, they would have to be doing the same motion. Regardless of what they're made of, they would have to have the same motion.
But what I
it's
can
all
say is that
connected.
hey,
It's all,
He's
Speaking of the
LARPing.
moon, if you guys haven't seen the moon tonight, go out and look at it if it's clear skies, because it is a full moon right now.
Oh yeah. Did they say it's a harvest moon?
Yep.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, honestly, astronomers don't really care about
No,
the,
yeah,
that
that's
terminology.
that's like comes from the Farmer's Almanac. It has
Yep.
yeah.
1 second, sir. 1 second. Well, let me finish my thought, and then you can
How dare you call him sir?
respond to it.
Okay.
Let me finish.
I guess that's sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know what exactly the sun, the moon, or the stars are. What I can say is that it is all part of the same system. So just like imagine that this cup, at the bottom of the cup is the earth, the top of the cup, whatever like projection of those like stars and the moon and the sun is, they're all moving together.
So then what you're saying is our reality is an enclosed system that is moving upward through an infinite universe. Or whatever
I guess I would guess that. I don't know for sure, but I guess I would have to assume that will be the case because I think it's an enclosed system because I believe that the pressurized gases and liquids have to be functioning in an enclosed system. That's just my understanding, my limited understanding of how gases and liquids work.
Yeah, it's your limited understanding. He's wrong. Yeah, and yeah, Old Man Yamaha, he talks on slow speed.
Yeah, 0.25 speed is probably a little fast, Peter.
Yeah. I believe everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna try resetting my camera because it looks like I froze on the YouTube end.
Oh, that'd be me. I can fix that.
It has to be just like water has to be in a container.
Okay.
Gas has to be in a container.
I will agree.
That's why I think that we're in an enclosed system. A, okay, let me finish. And then B, okay, I guess because the vector is always upward and exactly 90 degrees upwards, that we must be pushing through infinite amount of whatever space that is. So I don't know, but I don't know what's outside of the reference frame. All I know is what can be measured here and now.
So then how is it possible that...
I don't know how it is possible.
Well, how is it possible that...
I don't know how it is possible. How many ways do I have to tell you that I don't know how it is possible that we're moving into an infinite space?
I'm asking you a question.
I've answered your question.
In an enclosed system, pressure change is not possible. It's impossible.
I love how they're allowed to say, I don't know for certain things when we have very good explanations for them. But then when we say we don't know for things that we really don't have an explanation to, they're like, well, that just means it's all fake.
Yeah. Well, and he's going off on it's not possible to have pressure change in an enclosed system. It is possible to have pressure change in an enclosed system or to have no pressure change in an enclosed system. Both of those things are possible, right? If you could move to anywhere in the universe that you wanted and you could construct whatever you wanted to test this, right? Then yes, you could get to a place where there is zero net gravity and then create an enclosure of any sort, and then the pressure within that would be consistent all throughout.
Well, actually, here's a way to debunk even the claim of you can't have a pressure difference in an enclosed system if you assume, like, if you grant them that Earth requires a container over top. Well, let's see, what's the air pressure in Denver versus the air pressure here in Florida?
Yeah, they're just, that's too difficult of a question for them to really get.
But why is it that the boiling point of water is different for me versus someone in Denver?
That is even way more difficult.
Because it's enclosed. You can't have a pressure gradient in an enclosed system.
You do have a...
So we do have a pressure gradient. Therefore, it's not enclosed, right? He's all wrong on this. But if we follow it, we do have a pressure gradient. Therefore, according to Old Man Yamaha, it is not enclosed. That's his claim now. That's just become his claim. I I don't think he intended to do that.
Pressure gradient.
Yes,
You know, in a water.
exactly. That's
Listen.
my point.
Listen, Jerry. Listen.
That's
Okay.
my point.
In a water, you know, like in the ocean, there's a pressure gradient in the ocean. Yes
Yeah.
or no?
Yes. The further down you go, the higher the pressure gets.
Good. I agree with you. When you are at the
Okay.
bottom of the atmosphere, the breathing atmosphere at the sea level, is
will
that
you-
pressure higher than on top of Mount Everest?
So let me ask you this. Will you agree that when you go down into the water, the pressure
Yeah.
gets higher?
He brought it up. Jerry, you old senile piece of trash. He brought it up.
And then
Yeah,
when
but-
you go up
Listen,
into our atmosphere, the pressure degrades.
yeah, that is true.
Degrades? Decreases. Oh my gosh.
But here's the thing. The water is in a container. The ocean is in a container. And then in that
No, it's not. What's the top? There's no container on the top, so it's not contained. You ever notice that, Eric?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it needs to be contained. What's the top of that container?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the air in the atmosphere. Right? What contains the top of the ocean? No container. What contains the top of the air pressure in the atmosphere? The same thing that contains the top of the ocean. No physical container needed.
container, so you're saying that, well, it can't possibly be a containment because there's a pressure gradient. Yeah, you can have a pressure gradient in a containment.
How is the water in a containment?
Just no different from you.
I mean, Jerry got the question right there, and Nachiketa doesn't have an answer because he's not showing the top. That's right, but I don't think Jerry wants to follow this all the way through logically.
Put water in a cup.
I think my favorite
you
thing
put
with
water.
There's when it comes to the atmosphere is when some of them like Whitson tries to say atmos instead of atmosphere. But the thing is that S is a part of the word sphere, so he should be saying atmo.
Yeah, it has to
he
be
shouldn't even be
atmo.
saying atmos.
Because it's not plural or possessive, so you can't put the S on there.
Yeah, exactly. It's atmosphere. The S goes with the second part of the word.
In a cup, it's in the containment.
Okay.
How is there water level? If there's no containment, where would the water go?
It has a barrier that is holding it into a confined
What is a barrier?
area.
Just a containment. Barrier is a containment. What's the
so
semantics?
what you're trying to compare a cup of water to a vast ocean. Is that what you're doing?
The vast ocean of water is in a giant cup. In a giant cup.
Why is it in a giant cup?
It's not.
Because it's contained. Something is containing that water.
So
it's not
water
leaking out on the side of the earth.
Water is contained by its barrier.
Yeah,
but
so
we have that.
Water is contained by a cup barrier, and the ocean is contained by.
How long does the circular idiocy go on?
The Earth's barrier.
So we have different bodies of water all across our realm that are in a contained area. That's the only reason
the Pacific Ocean touches the Atlantic Ocean. Just because the Indian Ocean touches the Atlantic Ocean, just because we named them with different bodies of water, that doesn't mean they're different water. It's just like no different from like America is a different territory than Canada. It's the same fucking Earth.
Did I say that?
What are you talking about?
I didn't say they were different bodies of water. What I said is water holds in its
the one IQ point between them.
Oh my gosh, it's like who could be more stupid?
Containment.
What about lakes?
And at this point, Jerry is winning that competition.
It's another area of water that is contained by its surroundings.
Yeah, that's a containment. That's a barrier.
Okay. So why is it when you go into the water, the pressure constantly gets higher. But
Gravity.
when you go up into the air,
Gravity.
it changes dramatically.
Gravity.
It's the
It
same
actually
idea, Jerry.
gets to
Jerry.
a point. It actually gets to a point where there is no pressure. It
No,
goes
that's not true.
away.
There's some amount of
It never gets to zero.
Then,
Nachiqueta's right here.
Yeah, big
pressure.
fish.
There's a light.
I agree. It is very funny how Florps have infinite models, and then the funny thing with that is they think having more models means theirs is correct.
Yeah, it's actually it's one of the Thomas Kuhn's things talking about when it's time for a revolution in standard science. If you read on what he talks about, right? Like, now this isn't, flat Earth isn't regular science. It's completely backwards. But when they were talking, when the ether theory, the luminiferous ether, or the undulating theory of light, was what people used for light, what they thought was the thing back in the 1800s. There got to be, because stuff started to contradict each other. Different experiments weren't working with their hypotheses. And so then different groups would come up with different hypotheses for what would cause them. And they all had multiple different ones, and they were incompatible with each other. So that is one of the signs that this whole overarching thing is wrong.
Yep.
And of course,
another example of that, actually, one that we went over in my class in the first unit of my class, is the geocentric versus heliocentric models, and all the differences between that, and the rejection of uniform circular motion versus ellipses for the orbits of stuff.
yes,
So.
all excellent examples of what Kuhn calls revolutions in science. Jerry says you can't prove anything you say. Of course I can, Jerry. I have evidence for everything I say. You don't have evidence.
I can go look up Johannes Kepler's stuff right now.
Yeah. But let's just back to this. The Earth is a globe because there's a curve. We know that because there's a curve, and here's the curve. Here's the curve. So there you go. I just proved what I said, Jerry. Just did. There you go.
amount of pressure. You can't say there's no amount of pressure.
Okay, so you can do this. You can go on Google and see what the pressure is at 250,000 feet. You will find out there is no pressure.
Oh, that's not right. That's not right. He's just talking out of his Jake the Jake hole.
A little bit of pressure. There's no pressure. There's a little bit.
All right, here's what flat earthers never do. This is gonna be really weird. Any flat earthers following along, this is gonna be weird to you. Here's what you got. You got what's the pressure at 250,000 feet? There you go. And so you got a couple different options, and what you'd want to do is you want to investigate the different ones here. You've got the AI answer, which is it's just going to be summarizing the information it's been trained on, right? So at 250,
sometimes take that with a grain of salt. If you aren't happy with that, make sure to actually check the real answers.
Yeah. So this is the kind of get you started on something, and it can reference where it got the information from. And in fact, these are links here, so you can pull up the actual source. But here you go. What do we have? I'm looking for a specific number here. The pressure is recorded at 0.000 pounds per square inch at this altitude, indicating a near vacuum. But look at that. It only listed 4 sig fig there. So something isn't quite complete there. So let's look here. The engineering toolbox. Well, this one here is going to calculate it, which isn't what we want. We want to see if there's been any measurements around that area. U.S. standard atmosphere. Well, what is that? Well, I happen to know what U.S. Standard Atmosphere 1976 is. So U.S. Standard Atmosphere, let's see if we have geopotential altitude above sea level, height in feet, 250,000. Got the temperature. We've got the acceleration due to gravity. This is in imperial. And absolute pressure 0.000. Oh, uh-oh. But wait a second. It's not here, right? So here's the thing. This is only reporting. This is where flat earthers are going to really struggle. 3 digits behind the decimal. See that? That's all we got in all these. 3 digits behind the decimal. So 3 digits behind the decimal. Yep, that's right. But there's more digits possible, and they don't know this. But you see the density isn't 0. And so there is an actual pressure that you can get there, but you need to actually do a little more work.
Slugs per feet cubed. Jeez.
Let's see if we can do a calculator and see what it says here. So altitude, height, feet, pressure at sea level. What do we got? Let's go 1 bar. Temperature, I don't know.
Very cold at that height.
Yeah, this one has it here, negative 88.7. So let's go do negative 89. What? Get out of here. And it's Fahrenheit. I feel weird doing all this Fahrenheit stuff. So here you go. Here's the pressure. It's not 0. Let's go to pounds per square inch. There you go. Not 0, but you see that? At 3 sig fig, there are 3 digits behind the decimal point. It is all zeros. And so it's just about, it's about how many sig fig it's reporting. So this here is the more correct number. It's not 0. It's still a number greater than 0. Flat earthers, try a little research before you accept what you've heard blindly.
The pressure.
Here, actually,
0.
just thinking ellipses and stuff on the top of my head. Bonus question: see if anyone in chat can get this without looking it up. What moon has a near perfectly circular orbit, even though it's a captured object? Eccentricity of, let me get the exact number, 0.000016 for its eccentricity.
Wow.
Does anyone know?
I don't have any idea.
Not Sharon. Not Deimos. Not Io. I'll give a hint. It's a moon of Neptune.
That doesn't help me at all. Other than Triton.
Well, there you go. That's the answer.
Oh, it is Triton?
Yep. Triton orbits retrograde around Neptune, even yet it still has a perfectly circular or near perfectly circular orbit.
Interesting.
Yeah, 0. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal places before you get anything other than a 0.
Wow. Also, Triton is the name of a band that I've seen twice. They sound like Rush. There you go.
Mark Bessie, the moon that's no moon, or at least looks like the one that's no moon, would be Mimas. Mimas actually does look like the Death Star.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice.
Now, let me see if I can find a picture.
Well, Jerry, if you want Awake Souls to debate me, he has the debate format. You just let him know I'm ready for that debate format if he can do it. And I know he can't do it because it requires him to present a model.
It says that I can't share while you're sharing, but if anyone wants to look up Mimas, Mimas, it looks like the Death Star.
All right.
Mimas.
All right. One more time. It seems the flatties, at least Jerry, because he basically has no mental, no memory. It's all gone. Here it is. So Ronnie and Jason wanted to debate, myself and Craig, and we said, yeah, we will debate. And we set a time, and then I sent them the format, and they rejected the format. So, and of course they have to reject the format because the format requires that they will requires them to do science, which they can't do. So here is
Mark. I think the reason why I tried to pronounce it French is because when I look at that name, it reminds me of the name Marc Messier. So
there you go. All right. Here's the format. The experiment debate. We pick an experiment, and then one team presents their hypothesis related to that experiment, and then computes the consequences of their hypothesis in relation to that experiment. So, for example, the experiment where we measured the distance between points on the same latitude to get the distance between lines of longitude. They would present their hypothesis for that, and then they would compute. They would show, here's how you apply their model to determine the distance between those points. And then myself and Craig would do the same thing. And then we would have the actual measurements. We'd pull them up, right? And then Team A would compare their prediction using their model to the results. And then the other team would do the same thing. And then we'd have a discussion around it. And that's why they won't do it. Because they know that as soon as they have to present a model for flat Earth, they're done. They don't have a model for flat Earth. That's why. Just always know that. They are scared because they know they don't have a model. All right. How much more of this is there? No,
I think Jerry did some math wrong. You want a 14-hour debate?
It's no, Jerry. I want a little over 2-hour debate where there's just two topics addressed. Right now, I know there is a 0-hour debate possible with them, because I know they can't do the first step of their presentation. I know they can't do it. That's why.
It's 0.
Depends on what kind of measurement. There's no, I don't believe that there's zero pressure. I think there has to be some amount of pressure. It's just going to be very light amount of pressure.
Google it. See, 250,000
so
feet. What's your
point?
Pressure.
So what's your point? Because, okay, let's assume that there is no fucking pressure at 250,000 feet. So what?
Look, okay, so if you get to 250,000 feet and there is 0 pressure in a contained system, which you've already said that our whole system is contained. You've already said that.
So, yeah.
So,
I said that, yeah.
How do you have a gradient pressure change in a contained system?
Here's what's crazy. In the model that he's proposing, that would actually somewhat explain things a little bit. Right? If you take a snow globe and you constantly accelerate it in the same direction, the air in that snow globe would have a pressure gradient.
Yep.
It would actually work. But other problems with it, but it would actually work. And Jerry, he doesn't even know. He's too dumb to get it.
Because of the upward vector.
You cannot.
Of the upward vector. Yes, you can, and you do.
The upward vector has nothing to do with pressure in a contained system.
Oh my gosh.
Why not?
So he's so wrong.
Because
I hate being on the same side as. That's the problem with watching these Flurf on Flurf debates.
you eventually find one that you're on the side with, and it's like, oh crap.
He's right in this instance, but that's all right. Nachiketa will be wrong about something in a little bit, and I can't even say the other half of that statement. I don't think it's possible.
Because it's a contained system. It's contained.
Oh my God.
The pressure does not change in a contained system.
Yes, it can.
Jerry, you'll debate
It cannot
you
change.
sure about that?
That's like saying the tire on my truck has 45 pounds in this area, 55 pounds in this area. Oh, and by the way, at the bottom, it's got 60.
It actually does have a pressure differential from the top of the tire to the bottom of the tire. That's how dumb. That's how dumb.
You're comparing the air pressure
Because it's the same thing.
to the whole of the world.
Bro, it's a contained system.
I don't agree, Poppy Gold, and with you, Jerry.
It's
Poppy Gold?
That was the name of the person that just popped up. Or
Oh, okay.
system.
I don't agree.
Yeah, right
There it is. But he's not right. Poppy Gold, he's
Nope.
not right.
Agree, Poppy Gold, and with you, Jerry.
It's contained.
Sorry.
How can you have a pressure gradient in a contained system?
Acceleration. Jerry, the fact that you are making that assertion is hilarious. You are in front of all these people being shown how incredibly wrong you are about things. Hilarious. Let's see. CK says Nachiketa's chat was giving Jerry a hard time for how long he took to connect, and shocked he was able to connect. And we get that here too. I'm amazed that he actually got connected. And Billy J36 this is really the thing. Jerry, you are mentally ill. And that's why I'm hesitant to bring you up here. You need to actually rise to a bar of some sort so I can tell people, like, you shouldn't bring him on because you're mocking the mentally ill. I said, look, he did this. There's a little
Jerry,
bit, just this
you need
much.
to give what would you accept as evidence before you're allowed on?
Yeah, just that's all you got it. Max says I measured Jerry taking 42 minutes to join the stream.
I'm gonna explain it to you, Jerry.
Well, explain it. You haven't yet.
Listen, you cannot have listen, shut the fuck up for a minute, please.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't want to be rude, but you keep interrupting me when I'm in the middle of my talk.
Well, that's what Jerry does. He's incredibly rude.
That's fine. Go ahead.
What's that? Okay, listen. So you when you have a jug of water, for example, right? And then, like, for example, like when you have an ocean, we agree that there is more pressure at the bottom of the ocean. Why? Because there's all the ocean on top of it that is pressing down on the bottom of the ocean. That's why there's more pressure, right? Correct?
Well, yeah, because the deeper into the ocean you get, bro, you got to think about this. How much water is in the ocean? When you get down to 5 miles, do you think a human person could actually endure that pressure?
Well, it's nothing to why he's always going off on tangents. When he was a kid, he had to put a yellow onion on his belt.
No, they would die.
Nobody's talking about this. There's definitely a huge amount of pressure. 50 meters deep, 100 meters deep. Further you go down, there's more amount of pressure for sure.
Well, yeah,
okay.
Because the pressure, the further in the water you go, the pressure increases greatly.
I agree with you. We're on the same page about this. We don't need to argue about this. We're on the same page about this. But the reason why, see, the thing is, in the globe model and the flat earth model, for the most part, people think that, like there's some kind of a force that's pushing the water down That's the thing. I don't believe that. I know for a fact that the Earth is pushing up. Earth is pushing up on this water, and that motion causes buoyancy. So motion. Listen,
That would still be
motion.
a force, though.
That's still a force, and motion causes buoyancy. Like, yeah, okay. Acceleration is motion.
I don't get why he doesn't call that a force when it's still a force. It's just thinking about it a different way.
Yeah.
Causes buoyancy. Now listen, okay, before we continue.
Yeah, and he knows for a fact. No, he doesn't. He has a blind faith belief in it.
Before we continue, do you know about this experiment? Do you know about this experiment? Have you seen this?
What I do know is what.
Oh, it's just more that the upward earthers, they like to misunderstand this one.
What you just said to me. You just said that because the water presses down, the further you go into the water, the further down. You said that the water presses down because we are moving.
I mean, like, yeah, like you have more water above you that is being pressed against you. Yeah, that's why there's more pressure.
Well,
there's more water above you. The deeper you go, there's more water above you. Exactly. Down upon you.
Is water heavier than air?
It is.
Oh,
why? And here's why. All right. I feel like he's kind of. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Icy Spin and CK. I feel like it's kind of. They've kind of exhausted. And it's just looping. So hold on, I gotta fix this. All right, I gotta fix my Zoom here.
My thing freezing again?
No, I adjusted it and needed to readjust. All right, there you go. You're back on screen. Okay, what were they saying? Water is heavier than air, right? How do we do that, Eric? Teacher.
Well, let's see. Is it a certain volume of water and a volume of air?
Take a mass of air and a mass of water in the same volume.
In the same volume. Okay. Well, the mass of water, well, it's denser and it's going to go down, and yeah, but
we need the force, so we're gonna have to have F equals ma. So go through.
F equals ma.
I'm leading you. I'm trying to give it to you, but what I had.
I'm very tired right now.
Yeah. Plus the 4 beers.
Yes, that as well.
So you've got a certain volume, same volume of both. You've got the air that has a certain mass, call it one unit of mass. Mm-hmm. And you've got the water that has 10 units of mass. Same volume. Okay, so now we take our first law of motion, F equals ma, second law of motion, sorry. Right? The m of the air is 1, the m of the water is 10, and the acceleration, though, is 9.8 meters per second squared. So it's the same acceleration. But so one has more mass, one has less mass. So the force...
F big, F small.
One F big, one F small, same volume, different mass, and again, the force is weight, force, weight. So like, oh, the water weighs more. Yes, F equals ma. It's a constant acceleration for both of them.
Yep.
It's just how the physics works. But no flat earther, with just a couple exceptions, has ever taken physics.
Nope. And the very sad thing is that physics is not a required science in high school in Florida.
It's not in Minnesota. I think in general across the United States, it's not.
Where I went to high school, biology, chemistry, and physics were all required sciences, and that was a public school. So
where'd you go where physics was required?
It was in Georgia.
Is that
It might have just been our county, but
Interesting. A lot of
for
states
the
are
entire county, all three were required.
okay. The problem is, of course, it's taking the class isn't even it. Because we see flat earthers and people like, oh, I blame the educational system. But it's not the educational system either. It's the students' willingness to learn.
Yep.
And for whatever reasons that happened. Right?
Yeah.
So you teach astronomy
Yep.
to what are they, seniors?
Mostly juniors and seniors.
So, and it's optional.
Yep.
They have to want to take it.
Yes.
So you have students. I mean, you kind of have the pick of the students, don't you?
I have some that want to be there, some that are only there because they needed an extra science class.
Okay. So maybe you have a little
50-50.
a little better selection than maybe just the general population.
Better selection than the people that have to deal with the freshmen in science classes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, it's a little bit different, but in general, like you go to biology class for freshmen, right? Or sophomores.
Yeah, either one.
Sophomores typically. They have to take it.
Yep.
But they may not want to, and so they're not going to learn much if they don't want to, right? They may pass the class, they'll skate by, and then after that class is done, it's all gone. They're not going to remember it. Same with, and yeah, by Billy J 36's geometry is required curriculum, but they don't want to learn.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's not the educational system at fault, right? The school offered it. They chose to not make it, not accept it, and not learn it, and not keep it. It's on the student for whatever reason, right? And so, and I see people talking about the educational system. I see people talking about flat earthers and homeschoolers, and in general, that's not the case. And not private school, and it doesn't matter if they, you know, there are young Earth creationist science curriculum out there. What do you think of that? Does that make your head spin?
Yeah, a little bit. The one thing that I had thought of that would actually be extremely funny would be with Witsit's kids no longer being homeschooled by Witsit anymore. I wonder if they're going to end up going to public school. Could they possibly be in my county?
To my knowledge, they don't live in your state.
They moved out of Florida.
That is to my knowledge, but I don't have any particular accuracy to it.
I just thought about it. I'm just like, I wonder if they go to public school now, and I wonder if they'll ever take astronomy.
I don't know how old the oldest is, if that's
I don't think they're
school time yet, but
age,
but yeah, because yeah, if the what kind of the general rumor is that they are not currently together, then that leaves mom working, which means that the kids would then be attending a school of some sort, and most likely would be public school. So yeah. Anyway, Jerry, yes, I did agree to the time, and I did agree that we would debate, and then I sent the format. So you let your heroes know that I'm ready, and they have the format already, Jerry. So, all right. Let's see. Peter Markley says, I took a young Earth creationist science in school. I was homeschooled. There you go. What do you remember the name of the curriculum, Peter? So we have used, I'll tell you this, with our kids, we have used, I'm the math and science teacher. We have used Exploring Creation science curriculum, which is really good. Very good, except for the young Earth stuff.
Apologia for HS chemistry and
Apologia.
physics.
Yep.
Yeah. Somehow, I was honestly very surprised that when we got to the unit on the Big Bang Theory for my class last school year, I had no phone calls from parents last year. So that honestly surprised me being in Florida. We'll see about this year though.
Yeah.
I had one student that said that she like had to read her Bible a lot more after that, but it was just like, okay. I said like first day of that unit, you are more than welcome to be a scientist and be a Christian. Like,
yes.
You're more than welcome to be religious and be a scientist. My dad is very religious and is a scientist.
Yeah. To your point, the people that came up with you know what was later called the Big Bang Theory were not atheists.
Yeah.
There's how you put it. You don't have to say they're Catholic.
Was a Catholic priest.
Yeah. You don't have to say they're Catholic. You just say they weren't atheists. Because the claim by the wacky young Earth creationists is it was invented by atheists to deny God, but they were not atheists and they weren't denying God.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Leslie Rohr says, please tell me you're not their music teacher. What does that have to do? You're just smiling. Okay. Icy Spin says, CK, thanks for bringing all the boys to the yard. Jack Better says, if only air was a fluid and behaved the same way. If only. Jack Better says, can Jerry clarify, do witches float or sink? Can you build a bridge out of a witch? Oh. Icy Spin says the rule heavy debaters and Nachiketa are enemies. Who knew? Yes. All right. I think that's it. And it's getting late. You're tired.
Yes, I'm very tired. It is almost 11:40.
Sun goes into the ground, but time zones, said MK Ultra. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up here.
Here, I'll give one last. I'll share my screen one last time to give what the extra credit problem is going to be, which is a math question for my students tomorrow.
All right.
Let's see. Share. Here you go. Math question.
Europa has an orbital period of 3.1 times 10 to the 5 seconds, an orbital radius of 6.71 times 10 to the 8 meters. Gravitational constants is 6.67 times 10 to the negative 11.
Never die in my class.
Use Newton's version of Kepler's third law to calculate the mass of Jupiter. Show your work. And there we get the equation.
So as long as they know how to use the equation, they can get a free 4% on the test.
Nice. There you
Out
go.
of 150 students, only one person got the last extra credit question correct, and it was even easier than this one.
Really? Oh.
Yep, because I put one bit of false information into the last one, and they were like, "What the heck do I do with this?" And they were just like, I'm not even going to try it. It's extra credit. Even the super smart kids didn't get it.
You tricked them?
I know. It was like when I told them afterwards, like how to do it, they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so stupid."
Here's
I did the thing on the standardized test where they put like one bit of false information that means nothing.
Not false information. Extra.
Not false information that doesn't matter.
Extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like
this has no extra information in it though.
Yeah. That's the thing that always frustrates me when people are like, oh, story problems. I hate story problems. Like, I always love story problems because you'd get 6 story problems on a page or 30 regular problems on a page. Well, I'll do the 6 all day long. That's a lot quicker. Like,
Very true.
But you got to figure it out. Every problem you'll ever have is a story problem. Every real problem, right?
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of extra information. in real, when you have a real problem, you got to figure out which is important and which isn't. So putting in one piece of extra information is nothing.
Clippy, that is very true. Io, Europa, and Ganymede have an orbital resonance of 421.
All right. Well, all right. I put one more time. I put your list on the link, and it's pinned. And so if anybody wants to help out Eric, you know how everybody else. I'll be back on Thursday.
For those of you that have already ordered something off of that Amazon list, thank you very much. That is greatly appreciated.
There you go. Awesome. Do they come off the list once they're ordered?
I have it set so they stay on the list, but I can see how many were ordered. So
okay.
Really, the only one that really needs to be like on there and ordered multiple times is printer paper.
Okay, so like if you get 75 boxes of scissors.
Yeah, that one I'll probably remove. I'll probably take that one off of there right now, honestly.
Oh, and it says purchased, so you can see that people.
Yeah, you can see if stuff has been purchased already or whatever.
Okay. Now you need to add 3.5-inch floppy disks. So I'll do that when you're done here. Jay Donachie says Jerry and that guy looked like a couple of 5-year-olds arguing in a playground, something they don't even know anything about. That's exactly what it was. Anyway, Eric, thanks for coming on. Thanks for the quiz. It was a lot of fun. I'll be back myself on Thursday late. Too late for Eric, the teacher. But yes. Jay Donachie will be here, hopefully. So, all right, everybody.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating. And thank you very much, everyone who has purchased something from that list. It is greatly appreciated.
All right. Awesome. We'll see you. Thanks, Eric.
See you.
Yeah, YouTube. Of course. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. That's good for the ladies here, right? It's very attractive. Hey, ladies, if you want a real man, you might want to get somebody older, more mature. Huh? What you doing, buddy? Hey, I got this on YouTube, pal.
Rolling down the highway, decals galore. Flat earth preacher, Mikey's out with a bumper sticker sermon, scrolling neon lights, spreading cosmic nonsense, picking verbal fights. Squawk that chicken, Mikey Smith, preaching flat myth, traffic preacher, making a scene, rubber chicken squawk, know what I mean? Stop in traffic, tension thick, Mikey mocked a stranger, thought he was slick. The guy stepped out, said he'd had enough, delivered a lesson, calling Mikey's bluff. Squawk that chicken, Mikey Smith, preaching flat earth, a cosmic myth, traffic preacher, making a scene, rubber chicken squawk, know what I mean? A punch flew swift, Mikey took the hit, rubber chicken hunked, he lost his wit. You're going to jail, Mikey loudly cried, but the crowd just laughed, shook their heads and sighed. The moral of the story, keep it cool and clear. Flat Earth's got no business causing trouble here. So don't harass your neighbor, don't provoke a fight, or a rubber chicken squawk might be your only right. Squawk that chicken, Mikey Smith, preaching flat Earth, a cosmic myth, traffic preacher, making a scene, rubber chicken squawk, know what I mean? Yeah, Mikey Smith, with your theories and your squawk. Best keep rolling, less preaching, more walk. Keep that chicken silent, keep the peace intact. Flat Earth funk, that's a cosmic fact.
Yeah, now that all the sheep are out, let's go drive around and see how many people yell at me.